ain't got nothing to do with the mound. You a damn lie. You don't know this? Give me a two if you hear me. Give me a two if you hear me. Give me a two if you hear me. If a paying goofy don't know this right here, he can't even talk to me. He can't talk to me, bro.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. I gotta make a video on this pretending illiterate goofy. Like a lot of this divisive agent that comes out here confusing the lesser income illiterate black people into believing it's so-called a pseudo twist. So it's kind of funny and ironic that you said in your video that we're quote unquote preschool dropouts or illiterates, but you at your big age, you can't even spell the word pyramid. You're calling yourself an educator, but yet you can't spell the word pyramid. Bro, what the hell is a pyramid, bro? This is your pretending king. And this goofy can't even spell the word pyramid. You're spelling the word pyramid. Bro, you're an illiterate, bro. You can't even spell the word evolve. Bro, what the hell are you doing, bro? You don't have simple, basic preschool education, my guy. You're a dropout. You can't even spell the word evolve or pyramid, bro. But as I was saying, so again, in this video, this goofy, this illiterate divisive agent made a claim that the Egyptian pyramids has a similar connection to the mounds in Mississippi or the mounds in the Americas, when that is factually wrong. If you as a person knows anything about the Egyptian step pyramid and how the Egyptian pyramid came into play, you know that they have no connection to the mounds. But as you can see, I'm going to be debunking him from his own source. As you can see, again, when it comes to the Egyptian burial tombs, are called the mastabas, as you can see from his source. So what we now know as this is called the mastaba. This is basically the first creation when it comes to the building, the first burial tombs of the Egyptians that were created in the first dynasty of Egypt between 3150 BCE. That's when the Egyptians created these burial tombs. So again, mastabas are basically rectangular superstructures of ancient Egyptian tombs built by mud bricks and later of stone. You understand? So it comes to this word mastabas, it's basically referring to the ancient Egyptian burial tombstones that obviously had a couple rooms at the upper deck. So this structure was used to bury the rich people, basically the influential people in ancient years. I'm going to be debunking that goofy. We don't know the truth on how the Egyptian pyramids culturally, geometrically, historically has no ties to the mounds in the Americas. That's what I'm going to be doing on this video. As you can see, so again, this is an actual geometrical explanation of the mastaba. As you can see, ancient burial tombs at the bottom, but when it comes to there are also rooms at the upper deck. There's no mound that has this structure in the Americas. Again, there's no similarities. So we're going to start with the debunking of how the Egyptian pyramids has no ties to the mounds in the Americas. So we're going to start with the culture, the history. We're going to go to the geometrics of how the Egyptian pyramids has no ties to any single mound in the Americas. So we're going to start with the cultural origins. As you can see, when it comes to the cultural origins of the mastabas, originated in ancient Egypt. Again, ancient Egypt, primarily in the early dynasty period, an old kingdom between 300 BCE to 2080 BC. So as you can see, they were precursors to the pyramids, and they were used by elite and royal individuals. Again, when it comes to the mastabas, the ancient Egyptian structure, again, this is basically speaking on the difference between the mastabas, the ancient burial tomb, and between the mounds in America. So you're going to see different when it comes to the cultural origins, the structures, and the geometry. You're going to be pointing out the difference between both structures from two different continents. We're going to go to the mounds. As you can see, the mounds, when it comes to the cultural origins of the mounds in the Americas, again, the mounds in the Americas, built by various indigenous culture across North and South America by the Hopewell, Mississippian, Adenan culture dating back to 3000 BC to 1500 CE. They were used as burial rituals and sometimes residents of ceremonial platforms. Again, we're going to go to the structural designs of the mastabas, the ancient Egyptian tomb that is not a mound. The Egyptian tombs are not a mound. They are they are the creation and the first playground. So the creation of the step pyramids, the Khufu pyramid. As you can see, we're going to go to the structural designs. Again, the mastabas, they are rectangular. Again, the geometry of the mastabas and the mounds are two different things. The mastabas are rectangular. Again, rectangular. Goofy, we don't know the truth. Rectangulars are not the same as the mounds. Again, they are rectangular with flat tops, sloping sides, built with mud bricks or stones, They are typically had above ground structure and underground burial chambers. When it comes to the mounds are earthen mounds, often conical. Again, conical. We don't know the truth. Conical, let me give you some free education. When somebody says the word conical, it's referring to the shape of a cone. So when it comes to the mounds, most mounds are obviously the shape of a conical shape, basically referring to the cone. So most mounds in the Americas have a cone-like shape. The Egyptian mastabas, which you goofy don't know, I'm giving you free education. Goofy, we don't know the truth. You pretenders, the mastabas is not cone shaped. As you can see, when it comes to every single structure of this relic of the burial tombs, again, they are not cone-like. Your so-called pretending grandma that was feeding you ice cream, the cone did not have this shape. Your so-called gumbo munching grandma did not give you an ice cream cone with this shape, Mississippian. You can see this is basically speaking about how the Egyptian mastabas developed from mastabas to the Khufu pyramid. As you can see, starting of the Egyptian mastabas in 3000 BC. Then as you can see, it keeps on developing until it basically turns into the Khufu step pyramid. As you can see, this is the Khufu step pyramid. As you can see, no geometrical ties to the mounds in the Americas. 4 different directions. Goofy. Again, that's not a mound does not have a cardinal point. It doesn't face north, south, and east, west. As you can see, proportions vary, but they are relatively broad and low. Cross-section view looks like a trapezoid. Circular, smooth dome. Again,